practice is now, I think you understand a little better than what we used to understand. What we used to understand practice means simply saying a prayer or worshiping or meditating or all that sort of thing, we will make it a practice, right? That's what our understanding. But when this tells you, when you introduce you the reality or the natural of the practice, we introduce the body mind. We talked about it, motivations and thoughts, and we talk about the activities, and we talk about the true noble truth, relative and absolute. Absolute truth is when this mind, the perceiving, reliable mind perceives the thing, whatever the subject or object it is, and with the non-duality. Non-duality is absolute, and any dualistic is relative. Remember this? So that means real practice means that, rather than saying mantras or simply sitting down. That doesn't mean saying mantras and sitting down is not practice and don't do it. I'm not telling you that, okay? Don't misunderstand. Because people may say he inclined that way and that way. So it's not. Do what your commitments are your commitment, you do. But the commitment is not simply just saying it. Commitment is simply thinking it. When you don't know how to think and what to think properly, is simply substituted by saying words. Simply, little bit of something is better than nothing. And that's why the words were injected. Simple reason. And some people will say, I don't say the words, but I will think. As long as the orders are okay, sequences are not upside down, and it's properly organized by the authors of each sadhana. According to that, if you go, nothing important missing, then it's perfect. If you don't say a single word, but you are thinking, still it's perfect. But if you rely on our mind only and are not based on the already provided chart, the book or the prayer book is like a chart you have. It did not put in diagrams, but it is written one by one, but it is chart. So if you don't rely on that, if you're missing something important, and then daily practice is daily practice, daily preparing, so important point is missing, and then you yourself depriving of opportunity. So only that. Even downfall, punishment, and all these are just to make people feel responsibility. To some people it may be soothing. Other than that, I don't think anybody punishes anything anywhere else. But it is the opportunity of an individual to practice something. Excuse me. Opportunity of an individual practicing something as missing. And that is the all about it. Other than that, real practice means it is a mental activity. Not only mentally just sitting with no thinking, but sitting, all thoughts are based on the ultimate, unlimited, unconditioned love, compassion. Every influence, every work you do should be influenced by that. Every thought you think, it is based on the compassion and love. Every activity you do within the framework of 10 perfections and for the purpose, for everything. That's what really true practice is all about it. Otherwise, some of us have a lot of commitments and it takes 2 or 3 or 4 hours every day to say, and then have not so much effect on the individual because we didn't think much. We just keep on saying the words blah, 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 blah. And as fast as you can. And so there is definitely a benefit of saying that, no doubt about it. By the time when you go, when you finally go, but definitely there is a lot to carry, no doubt about it. But other than that, the opportunity to influence your mind, to make your mind softer, kinder, gentler, and perfect. And that, if you deprive that, we have a big loss. Because such an opportunity, I don't want to go back on the Lamdim teachings, but such an opportunity are extremely rare, like what we have today, particularly with your educational background, because you can think and you can change. And this is the most difficult part, remember? And when we are learning, but we get the information, and that information changing into the personality, interpersonality, which was the most difficult we went through, if you think about it. And is it from the educational point of view, spiritual point of view, from every point of view, learning is one thing, learning as information, and translating that into a personal thing is another thing. So where we have struggled a lot, A, learning, B, more the learning becoming personality. That's what we struggled a lot. And when we get into trouble, we get into that trouble that way. So when I'm talking about the real practice, we introduce, and not only learn about that, but whatever you learn, it becomes yourself, or yourself become that. And that is what we call it interpersonalization of practice. That is a true practice. When you try to become that, putting all efforts, bringing that, that is a real practice. It's a zillion times better than saying those words alone. The words are something little, tiny little thread that we are holding to our practice. That's really what it is. It is. We don't even have a big rope to hold on. Just a little thread hanging because of certain initiations, because of certain teachings. Just a little rope, thread hanging. So we're holding on that. That's just really simply saying prayers and mantras. And many of them will make it through too. Believe me, it does make it through.